silver lip gloss, absolutely underrated. Hello and welcome to the first You Don't Need That Shit of 2024, and I think this is part 28. That means I've been doing this series for quite some time now, because last week, which was it? Oh, January 1st was the first time since I started that series that I made a break. So we have a lot to talk about, a lot of things to talk you out, to talk maybe me out even. And I also do have some rants. Like, there are things happening currently that make me super angry, so get yourself something to drink and let's go with the releases. So this was actually announced like right after Christmas, or like Christmas, like the first Christmas day, whatever, December 25th, I managed to snag that. This is the Colourpop Golden Hour palette. And when I saw the sneak peeks of those super shiny swatches and this like Edward vampire Twilight disc skins that they were showing, I was like, oh fuck it, I just ordered from Colourpop, what the fuck could that be? And then I saw this palette and I'm honest with you, didn't they release this already? Like the 1111 palette, isn't that the same? I don't know, I see why this is so appealing to a lot of people. I don't see this appealing to me at all. I think this is such a boring release, so do you need that? Only if you don't have makeup in your room. Are you a makeup beginner and this is the first time you want to purchase something, then you are allowed to. Otherwise, you're not. The Sephora Collection came out with new items. First of all, they have contour powder now, which are really cool toned contours, and colored highlighters. I'm honest with you, Sephora Collection, in my opinion, is very, very underrated. I do have lip liners from them. They're awesome. I have a couple brushes from the Sephora Collection Pro Brush line. They are amazing. I just finally found the best brush to blend in liquid highlighter. Finally. I am amazed. And the contour powders so far are not available in Germany yet. I saw some of those highlighter shades, I think the Pink Flash or so, I saw already. If after my no buy I am still craving these, I actually would buy them. The contour of the lightest one is really appealing to me, and from those highlighters, the first one already, I think it's like Icy Pearl or something like that, really tempting. Again, I will put them on my wish list actually and get them maybe after the no buy, because the Sephora Collection is quite affordable. So we have a little bit of a sneak peek of a Bobbi Brown Spring Collection, and what we can see here are 4 of their cream shadow sticks. Wow, like these cream shadow sticks are really not tempting, but we have a highlighter, and this highlighter has a very interesting imprint or texture to it. I want to wait until we have official swatches, because this highlighter could either be one of the most beautiful things that we have ever witnessed born in the makeup world, or is going to be a very, very ugly one. So chances are high that it could be one or the other, 50-50. By the way, want to hear a funny story? When I reorganized all of my makeup here before the rankings and stuff, and when I was here to do the palettes, I ordered some extra like shelves for the big shelf that I have here where my palettes are in there. I actually found a Bobbi Brown quad. It was tugged behind other quads, and it was the Lunar New Year quad from 2023. It was tugged behind. I can't even remember where I ordered this. That is how utterly I need a no buy. So I think the day after tomorrow, yeah, January 10th, the new Flower Nose Little Angel collection will be available on their website. When I saw the sneak peeks, I was like, fuck, I need this in my life. But then I saw some of the products and I'm more like, yeah, I can happily skip that, to be honest. I am very disappointed in this collection because I expected much, much more. There are 2 palettes. One is one with a white, like packaging and the other one has a black packaging. And the one with the black packaging, I actually thought this is going to be a ethereal, cool toned, transparent glitter, Urban Decay, Moon Dust, glitter gel type product. It's a blue eyeshadow palette, and that's very disappointing. The other one is quite cool toned. It's not in the picture here, but I saw just today a video of it. Not really tempting. The most tempting part of this collection is actually the packaging and maybe the highlighter, but so far nothing I have to buy now. I have to admit, I will put probably the highlighter on my wish list for after the no buy, and I will only buy it from YesStyle because first of all, if you buy from YesStyle, you can use my link and code to save some money. And second of all, I was just told a story in my YouTube comments. No, it was in the Instagram DMs. She ordered from the Flower Nose website some of the palettes and it still hasn't arrived. I think she ordered before Christmas even, and they kind of got lost in the tracking or like in the delivery, and they kind of do not respond to her emails, which is actually a bummer. So if you want to get Flower Nose so far, go to YesStyle, because first of all, save money with my code, and second of all, YesStyle does have longer shipping times too, not gonna lie, but when there is something that is not in stock, you have an explicit date when this will ship. And if it does not ship on that explicit date, you get an email telling you that these items will ship 2 days later or so. Never had a bad experience with that. So Anastasia Beverly Hills brought out a new brow gel. It was time, wasn't it? Like, I was missing some innovative brow products from ABH. Since Brow Freeze, nothing really happened. And this is now the Brow Freeze gel. I'm very excited. I actually picked this up just today as I'm filming this. And this does not count into the no buy because I had a 20 euro discount on Sephora here in Germany. When you are gold member, you have different discount codes from time to time. It's either free products that you get, or you get like specific 10 euro, 15 euro, 20 euro or whatever. And I had a 20 euro discount. I had to order a cleanser anyways, and I ordered the mini version of it because the big one is 30 bucks. Like, what the fuck's going on, Anastasia Beverly Hills? She raised the prices a bit, didn't she? So I got the mini for 15 euro. I had the 20 euro discount, so I actually also saved on the cleanser that I had to buy anyway. So it's literally for free and does not count into the no buy because it is a gift card. But I'm very, very excited to try this. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel is one of my favorites. Not better than the Too Faced Fluff and Hold. That is my favorite currently. But I have high hopes for this one. Skincare news. Glow Recipe is kind of changing up packaging for the products. And they're starting to do now refillable versions of the Watermelon Glow Hydrator moisturizer, what the fuck. This caused some major discussions under their posts I saw, because people were criticizing, first of all, it's bulkier now, like the bottle itself is a bit bigger since you have to fit in this new refillable thing. And it's less product because the original Watermelon Glow Moisturizer had 60 ml, this now has only 50. But so far from what I have seen, it's also cheaper now, which, who cares? Like, you buy the bottle and the refill once and then you only buy the refills, which is cheaper from what I have seen. It's not available yet here on Cult Beauty, or is it? Let me check. Okay, no, it is not available on Cult Beauty, but the new Cloudberry toner is available. Ooh. But I'm honest with you, from what I have seen, I actually do not understand the discussion. If it is less now, I don't have a problem with that. And the Plum Plump Hyaluronic Acid Cream does come with a refill too. I actually love the refill system. The jar that I have is still the first one that I got, and I just pop out the little container in there. Colourpop also brought out new gel liners, this time multi-chromes. I don't know what to think about this because I don't see how a multi-chrome liner in the waterline can work with an eye look. I feel like that could be a bit too much, and I also don't see it as a pop of color when you do a neutral look. They look stunning, I'm not gonna lie, but they will not look like this on your waterline. They just don't. I do have the BFF cream liners now since I bought the Vault on the Black Friday sale. I have tried 2 or 3 colors so far. They're good, but I'm honest with you, they're not as good as I expected them. I said it. So do you need multi-chrome liners? Absolutely not. I don't see a scenario where these come in handy. Who would have guessed that the year 2024 is starting with such amazing news? Jaclyn the Lying Hill is closing down her makeup brand. Oh, I'm sorry, her makeup brand. Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, if you're not aware of what happened and you've been living under the makeup rock, no problem, because it's a lot to swallow. This was never her brand. Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics was never the brand of Jaclyn Hill. It was a Forma brand, and Forma was the mother company of Morphe. They paid for everything, they even paid for the lipsticks, so Jaclyn Hill was only the fucking face of the brand and nothing more. I went through the comments under this post a bit, and what I've gathered so far is everybody is happy that she closes down. Some people are really nasty, I don't have to write death threats to her. I just wish she would disappear from the makeup community, that's it, because she just leaves such a bitter taste, and that's from a person who was a big fan of hers. My makeup me grew up with Jaclyn Hill too. It was a dream of mine to be a bit like her, to have a bit of her, to own actually makeup from her. And from what I've heard is her powders were really good. Or let's say the Morphe powders were quite good. It's still not her. And see, this is just something that bothers me so much. She was just lying. Why didn't she tell the truth? I think it's not a bad thing to say, or if she would have said it when she announced Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, that it is named Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, she's the face, and maybe she was even the creative part behind that brand that was responsible for product development and for what goes into the brand and what will be released in the brand. But just by saying about the company that owns the brand is going to be Forma, nobody would have batted an eye. I just said it. She just lied, she's a liar, and I'm happy that she's gone now. So Bella Beauty Bar also teased a new palette. This is the Ultraviolet palette, and chances are high that this is going to be a better Ultraviolet palette than Urban Decay did. I like Bella Beauty Bar. I have tried the Smoky Glam so far, and I do get the Recently De-Influenced as a gift from a friend who didn't like the color story, so I'm very excited to try it. From what I have seen, this is actually a collab with a creator called Deandra Nicole. I don't know her. We just know that this palette will be available mid-January, which is very soon, so I guess it probably will be more insights available this week. Sydney Grace did it again. The brand did a bundle offer whatsoever of 6 shades or 5 shades for the Christmas time, and here we have a new offer of 5 shades for January. I love this this bundle. It's really good. The color story is so nice that if this would be available as a 6-pan, maybe with a true silver or something like that in the palette too, I would buy that 6-pan palette. It's beautiful color story, I really enjoy it. Never tried Sydney Grace. It's now available in Germany through Monolith Shop, but it's very pricey. I'm not here to cave into the brand yet. I'm not ready for that yet. So Bobbi Brown officially released blushes. I'm confused because they have blushes already. Why is that new? They give off strange makeup geek vibes. Not gonna lie. I mean, the colors look decent. It's a wide range of 15 different blushes. That is quite a lot. But again, it's blush. It's not that hard. It's not that new. It's not that innovative. So Louboutin Makeup now has a new foundation that will be available in Asia by the end of January. We have 7 shades catering from white to yellow, so I hope when this foundation comes to other parts of the world that they will expand the shade range a bit. From what I see here, probably I could be a 10N or even a 10C for whatever reason. C looks quite good. I like what they do with the light shades, so I hope they can expand that a bit. Oh, it will be probably available in Europe and the US in February, hopefully with a bigger shade range. I kind of want to try Liyue Beauty, even though a lot of the stuff I see is badly reviewed. So if you are an OG Cleonut fan, you know these. The Paleo and the Archeo, I think it's the word, palette are going to be re-released. I'm honest with you, I have no idea what these palettes look like. I was too lazy to Google. I want to be surprised actually, because the comments, they're wild. People are losing their fucking minds about this. So have you tried these? Do you know these? Is this something worth saving up so that I can buy this after the no buy? Let me please know, because I love Cleonut. Can you please tell me, why is there this weird obsession with cheese and nail polish? Last year there was this nail polish that even smelled like cheese. And now we have nails ink polish that looks like cheese. I don't get it. It's weird. I mean, the colors, they're pretty. I'm not gonna lie to you, but why the cheese theme? Why? So Glaminatrix Cosmetics did kind of tease something new. Can we please just talk about the fact how badly this is photoshopped? Like, I see how these two bottles are photoshopped on this, whatever this is supposed to be. And why is nobody pointing that out in the comments? This is so bad. But it's at the end a liquid blush. To be honest, I am happy with my personal liquid and cream blush collection that I have at this point. I am really not tempted by any release, and I cannot imagine what could tempt me. There is just nothing that could spark my interest, and as I said, this super bad Photoshop throws me off. Throws me off. Add even some shadows to the shit that you're photoshopping in there. Oh boy. Fenty Skin has some new releases, and I was a bit confused because first of all we have the Cherry Dot Blot 2. What are those names? But this is apparently a face mask with AHA. Like that, I don't need face mask. If you have seen my calendar unboxing from the Cold Beauty Advent Calendar, I'm good on skincare at all, so I don't need that. But then there's also a new cherry lip balm, which is actually quite nice. And I am currently looking for something for the daytime, you know, just a lip balm that I do have in my living room at the couch that I can slather on. I'm currently using one of the lip oils, which is just a waste in my opinion. And then you have a new plumping lip mask. Is this really a plumping lip mask? The plush pudding, the name is so disgusting. Is this really one? I don't know. I do have the original one that I'm currently using in my bathroom, and I also bought the duo that came out for the holidays. There was the original one and the cherry one, I think. So I like this because the lip oil that also came in a holiday set last year. I'm sorry, I'm just filming is like new to me because I just was on such a long break. Where was I? Oh, the Kalahari melon scent is also in the other lip oil that was in that duo, and I really love that melon one. So Pat McGrath did it again. She repackaged the Borealis, Bronze Borealis, in a Lunar New Year edition. So she did take a quad that has been released again, put it in the new packaging, and I guess she charges some more. Oh no, 62. I cannot deny, even though I'm not a neutral girl, that this is a very pretty quad. I cannot deny this. But let's be honest, please. If you were not kind of keen towards this quad without the shiny gold packaging, why are you now? I barely talk about drugstore, but this I just had to save. The Maybelline Superstay Lumi Matte Foundation. Again, only 6 shades, only in Asia. It looks like the Louboutin one. I'm not gonna lie. I thought this is Louboutin, but with a violet cap. I really was a big fan of Maybelline foundations when I was into drugstore. The Fit Me, not the matte and poreless, the luminous and smooth one. I went through 2 or 3 bottles because it was so good. These shades, especially N10, looks something that could fit me. Is this the first foundation that maybe draws me back to a drugstore? No. But I will be probably watching reviews of this when YouTubers are trying this. It looks good. It looks like something I would like. Suku SQQ. It's such a cool name. They will launch their spring collection. Oh boy, I have headaches just from the word spring. I'm honest with you, Suku is currently rising. I saw this in so many luxury creators' top favorites, and I checked them out on Selfridges and Cold Beauty. So far, just nothing from their color story is really tempting me. That's the problem. If there would have been a quad, and they only do quads, and I think they have 2 like eye and face mixed palettes, I would buy one. But they're not really tempting to me. Though this pinkish quad, it looks like the one shade is like a glitter, maybe pressed glitter, cream, whatever. Could be tempting, but also could be not. The lipsticks look very interesting. They look like the Cocoa Flash from Chanel, but it's at the end a lip balm. They're quite pricey, and I have to admit I don't get the 2 blushes. I don't understand these. One is blue to peach and the other one is lighter peach to purple. I don't understand why these blushes look like this, but I'm happy. I'm happy to wait for reviews, and maybe if there is a quad that immediately catches my eye, I will try it. So this one is not a release. This is something we have to talk about. Ensley Rain posted a comment on private labeling. I will not read the full post to you. You can look it up on the Ensley Rain Instagram page. But it mainly says, when we first launched over 2 years ago, several of our eyeshadow palettes were indeed private labeled. So first of all, it's good that you say this. They basically just say that they were private labeled, and later on they just say in the post that today, I'm proud to say that our current eyeshadow palettes are not private label, but are crafted with our direct involvement in formulation, uniquely designed and crafted specifically for Ensley Rain Cosmetics. This ensures that each product aligns with the brand's vision and quality standards while reflecting our unique visions. And then blah, 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 something with highest standards and easier and stuff. And then there is here this part, while I personally press our own single shadows, our production demands for eyeshadow palettes have outgrown the capabilities of our small team and facility. So that means she, the owner, writes, they used to be private labeled when they started. They now are not. They now do have a factory that does produce the eyeshadows for them, but they have involvement in the production and hopefully also in the formulation. And their single shadows, she's hand pressing themselves. When I first came across this, I was like, okay, that's good. I also commented if she is going to address the AI art thing, and Ensley Rain answered that they will do this in a separate post that has not been released yet. And I was actually really, really positively surprised about this statement, and I was like, okay, maybe this is now the time that I will turn back to Ensley Rain and maybe consider trying them again. But then I went on Reddit and somebody did a very, very interesting view on the statement. Let me read that to you. They are using the terms incorrectly. Private label means someone else makes the products, but only your brand sells the item. You may have limited input on color, formula, etc., or may have designed it from the ground up. You're simply contracting the manufacturing. Private label may also include contracting the manufacturer to the development, but the agreement is that they can sell to anyone else for the length of the contract. That means if I understand that correctly, everybody who is not hand mixing pigments and using a factory to do it is private labeled at the end. And the comment goes on, white label are products that are not exclusive to you, but are branded. Non-exclusive formulas and colors fall into this category. So basically they upgraded from white label to private label, if anything. They are not doing the manufacturing themselves in either case. Ensley Rain could be working with items that are only private label for a set amount of time and may have been exclusive to another brand previously, or an unethical manufacturer that doesn't actually honor exclusivity and will happily sell to anyone else willing to pay them. Navigating overseas manufacturing is challenging, to say the least. Too long, didn't read. What the post describes is going from white label to private label. This had me thinking a lot, because private labeling is something that has such a bad taste in people's mouth and leaves such a, I don't know, like a weird thing when people are reviewing and saying, oh, Owen's Eye is private label, they are private label, these are private label. I have to admit, I misunderstood these terms myself too, because from my understanding so far, private label just meant that there is a, like, not a brand incubator, but maybe a formulation incubator, a factory that does do several eyeshadow items, like pans and embossings and colors. They just do this nonetheless. They do it all the time. And then a brand comes and says, oh, I want to have this, 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 and this color, and I want to have this and this formulation. That is what I thought private labeling is. And that there at some point is maybe a factorer who is really good at this. And then there are like 2 or 3 different brands who are participating in that, who basically have the exact same formulation from that private label company, just for different brands. But from my understanding, this is white label. And private label is just, I have a brand, I don't mix pigments at home, so I go to a manufacturer who does this, and then I can take part in development with my formulation. I can say what I wish, I can say what I want in colors and formula, maybe in shifts, in whatever, it doesn't matter. And then this manufacturer does this as per my own liking, only for my brand, as long as the contract is running. So at the end, Ensley Rain is still private labeled. And at the end, I want to just add that this is not a bad thing, because do you think Chanel eyeshadows are not private labeled? They are. Dior, they are. I don't think that those brands have their own big manufacturing houses that is named Chanel. They have a manufacturer, yes, that maybe has one of those exclusive contracts with them. It's a very interesting conversation going on Reddit about this whole thing. And the person who posted this explanation also has, in the conversation that is here going on, something very interesting. Being made in China doesn't mean it's bad quality, which a lot of people seem to think. But when a brand is charging the prices they're charging, yes, and they're not making it clear that all their products aren't handmade, because it used to be they just said it's somewhere handmade but didn't specifically state which. And that's when people started to get upset. They charge a lot for their palettes, and yes, making duochromes and multichromes is expensive, but charging their prices and not making clear on where they were made was what I think upset people. Not to mention they pretty much always do pre-orders. And I think that is a very interesting and very, very important point. My opinion on Ensley Rain actually now changed back to it's a brand I want to avoid, but I also want to wait for their AI clarification. What do you think about this? Let me know. And the last new makeup item that we have is from Ofra Cosmetics. Your makeup routine is about to get sassy. This one, sassy launch, you won't want to miss. First of all, the way they described this is actually disgusting. I really hate this. But this face and eye palette apparently will launch January 8th. So today, when this video is going live, I'm sorry, but Ofra kind of left the chat in 2016 and started to kind of re-enter the chat, but just cannot, they just won't be let in. So that's it so far for the new releases that I saved. I know there are a bit more, like the day when I'm filming this, I scrolled and I already saw Fenty concealer and another palette from Sydney Grace. And I think I will talk about this next week. But before we end the video, I want to talk about something else that really upset me. Like, I am angry on the level of the Glamlight thing. That is how angry I am currently. And I'm talking about Makeup by Mario. Let's recap. In 2022, Makeup by Mario released probably one of the most anticipated, highly valued and highly reviewed palettes of the 2020s. It was sold out very fast. It was announced as limited edition. People were very sad. And for the holidays 2023, Makeup by Mario brought this back for one last time. A lot of people under that post, comment from the EU, commented, will this be available at Sephora Spain, Sephora France, Sephora Germany, whatever. And the brand twice, and this is at least what I've found so far, twice posted statements here like this, saying that this is only a US and Canada release and will not come to the EU. Because of these, for me and from my understanding, official statements from the brand, I myself ordered the palette from the Makeup by Mario website. I think it retails for $65 there or $68, which when you do the math in euro, actually should be somewhat around 65 or 66 euro. I get that. When you buy from the States, we in the EU have to pay additional tax. You in the States have a weird system, tax is not included, it's weird, I don't get it. But when you do the math, the palette should cost around about 75, 77 euro. Makeup by Mario charges us 80 euro. It's very pity now to be upset about 3 or 5 euro extra, but it's 3 or 5 euro extra. But that's not the end, because when you buy from the Makeup by Mario website, you cannot choose your shipping option. You have to pay 20 euro for shipping. That's fixed there. So at the end, I paid 100 euro for this palette. Just to scroll through Instagram, see Sephora Germany doing the announcement that the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette will be available here in Germany. I also saw it in France and Spain in February. I am really pissed about that. I am really pissed. I totally understand that people cannot look in the future. I understand that. Get it. But the brand Makeup by Mario, in my personal opinion, and the opinion of a lot of other people, when they were asked, is this coming to Europe too? Why are you doing such clear answers on it, saying that this will not come to EU? It's US and Canada only. Just say, I'm sorry, we cannot say this at this moment. It can probably happen, but it will take some month more. Then you give people the choice to either say, okay, I buy it on your website, or say, I take the risk and wait. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have taken the risk. I am very pissed by that. I'm very angry. A lot of people bought this palette for way too much money now. All I can say now is I'm very curious on how much Sephora Germany will charge me or charge people. I'm not planning to pick it up again, like why I have it, but I'm really angry about that. We're only releasing in this country. We're only doing it in this country. I am sick of this. That will be the ending of the video. I just wanted to talk about this. What do you think about this? Is Makeup by Mario right? Was that okay? Am I the problem here? Is it me? Am I the drama? It's a TikTok sound if you watch TikTok. Let me know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm happy to be corrected if I am wrong. Maybe there's just an insight that I don't have. And I went back to the Sephora post now and I just watched what the comments were like, and Sephora even answered on one of the girls commenting. It was like, yeah, but sometimes it's like very short on time that we get the announcement. No, I don't think so. I don't think that the Makeup by Mario team is emailing the Sephora team saying, hey, we have 200 palettes left in stock. You can get our garbage so that our warehouse is empty. and you have to put it in the shop in the next 2 weeks. I don't think things are working like that in the world. I think they have a lot of time ahead to plan this, to plan launches, releases, to prepare the shop, to do the pricings, to get it shipped. Nah. Don't try to make me look like a fool. What do you think? Also, what do you think about the releases? Is it cool? Is it not? Let me know down below. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe because I'm doing fun stuff over here. I think we have a really nice fun community and I can't wait to see us all grow in 2024. So thank you and I hope I can see you in the next one.